Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament, a special tournament we are doing for Speed Gaming Live 2020, a single elimination, best 2 out of 3 tournament where some of our finest players are going to go head to head for not too for a pretty sizable pot of money. So we should be in for a real treat. Tonight we have the number 7 seed ibuba7 versus the number 10 seed SDiezal in a second round match. I'm ProA007, and joining me on the mic is Claris.com. Welcome.
Hey, ProA. This should look to be a pretty good matchup this evening.
I would think so. Ibuba, for those of you familiar, is coming fresh off of his stirring victory in the SMB3 points tournament run by Mitch Flowerpower recently. So he is coming off a real high, and now he's got to make the switch from vanilla to rando.
And SDiezal is a very well-liked member of the community and also took third place at SG Live 2019.
Yes, he did, and he had to go through some real grinders to get there, taking down some pretty strong competition in the process, and gave the eventual champion Macobra quite a scare in their third place match. So he is going to be an interesting. He's going to be a tough out for sure for Ibuba. Ibuba, I think partly because he was more focused on the points tournament in his qualifiers, wasn't quite as sharp as we've come to know him as. He's a guy who is certainly capable of dropping a sub 30 on you, but in the races he had some difficulty, I think, putting it all together.
Yeah, the dialogue between vanilla and rando is a little bit different in our game than other randomizers, so I would see that very well.
So should be starting any minute now.
Both players do have the seed. Just waiting for Diesel to get ready here.
So we lead off with World 5, and we get the quicksand stage, a pretty elementary stage for speed running.
The giant world enemy set here should be too much of a problem for Booba.
All right, so this is an interesting setup, and well, based on the map, he's just gonna go around, but
7-5 in the way. It is forced.
And as Small Mario, this is not. Oh God, that's bad. He's gonna have to take a 100-coin fine here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to bring a power up in here. Is he gonna have to go back down to get it?
Or he plays 5-5 and or yeah, he can go back. Okay, so we got 5-7 on the other side. That'll get him a power up, I think, unless it's Chain of Stars. Nope. Okay, good. So that's something, but not quite what he was hoping for, I don't think.
This is a rather.
Oh no, that's bad.
Players, oh no, another one.
Honestly, I would be going backwards and going through the pipe. Yeah, this is what he should do. Go to the mushroom house, get a power up, and hope get something out of this. Okay, that's peculiar. He had the option. I think he's in panic mode here. He is trying to work his way out of this, and hoping to find some sort of measure of not getting it, but he does get out of this with a mushroom.
Yeah, second time around, he did show a lot of patience. He just had to wait for the Lakitu spawns there, and he will survive with the power-up.
I think he'd almost be better off hoping for that. Probably won't happen.
All right, 7-5. Yes, now he's bringing a shell in, seeing the ball there. Does take a hit, but he will at least make it up here topside.
Yeah, this is Boop was actually going back down. He picks up a mushroom, which is good.
Yeah, seeing this enemy set, I mean, there may or may not be nippers and or patuis here. Might as well at least stay safe with a power-up.
Yeah. Okay, he was hoping to pick up something there, didn't get it.
See if he attempts to clip here now. He will actually go down. SDiezal finding 7-5 now.
The nippers you're talking about looks like a fire nipper too. Oh boy. The old adage, the ostrich or the mule here. Okay, he waits out the cycle, and yep, there it is.
Yeah, with these pipe transitions, you can try to bait things to create cycles to free your timing up.
Clip here, and I don't blame him.
This would be the safest course of action. There you go.
So, an ordeal of a 7-5, and man, oh man, SDiezal is about oh boy. Oh, the good times just keep on rolling.
Here we are, our first lost level of the game. It is Atlantis. Hey, if you're going to do this, might as well get it out of the way now, instead of experiencing it later.
Oh, SDiezal gets jobbed by the fire nipper. That's unfortunate.
I mean, you can have any kind of opening draw here, but this is one of the absolute worst I've ever seen.
There was a steed, not today, but I think it was like yesterday, where it was 5, 3, 7, 5, 5, 9 in a row. That's pretty awful. Especially if you get a bad enemy draw on 5, 3, and 7, 5. This is certainly less than ideal.
Thankfully, Booba did find a fire power-up, and he is taking care of Atlantis, so he's going to make it through. SDiezal back on the bottom first section here, getting through the stuff on the bottom.
Okay, we got our first fort, and of course, it's 7F2, because why not? We're already, in the thick of it.
You are going to notice things are going to be unsynced for this race. We don't know if SDiezal just didn't notice the timer. He did ready up, and the race did start. We are going to leave this as it is. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit off, but we will try our best to commentate as best we can.
And we are running on a 5-minute delay for this turn. Nice kill there by by Diesel on the Fire Nipper. So Diesel survived 7-5. Okay. Finish it off 3-2, so a couple of fairly anodyne levels bookended by some pretty ugly levels there. Quicksand and 3-2, not the worst by a long shot. Then you get 7-5, a 5-7 with some kind of nasty enemy draws. Then Atlantis and 7F2. Yeah.
I believe our racers will be happy to put this world in the rearview mirror when they get done with it.
So far in this tournament, from what I've seen, the first world has not been kind to our runners in general. We've seen a lot of, really ugly draws.
Yeah, whether it be long maps, bad routes, or just a horrible selection of stages, RAG has been rolling some very, very interesting seeds so far.
So I think Diesel does get his star. ibuba will be dealing with Roy Koopa. Is he our boy? He's a thick Roy, that's for sure. And that's 3. Oh, Diesel, no.
Those are push pipes at the end. Just ran into that micro Goomba.
That's a bad beat for Diesel there. This is the longest stage in the randomizer at over 1 minute long, and that is not something you want to see.
Yeah, the majority of the auto scrollers are turned off. This one and 5-9, due to various reasons, are not.
A lot of pipes and a lot of forts and a lot of locks on the main screen here, and that's interesting. It's possible that that pipe south central is the answer, and yes it is. Now it's a 50-50 call here. What's it gonna be?
Up middle gives us 4F1.
Diesel is going to give this another go, and gotta watch out for that tiny cheap, and okay, he's through.
Booba gets the speed 4F1, finds a star at the power-up box on top route, and a nice bro connection.
Oh, and unfortunately, he gets the 50-50 incorrect, so he will have to go again. Picks up a Lakitu Cloud.
Very nice item to possess here in Bracket Flags. With hammers not being able to break locks, getting clouds is a very, very nice way to skip stages, whether you do them blindly or you have advanced knowledge of what they are.
Diesel taking a death there in 7F2. Got a little caught trying to go for the pole vault. Quite get it. So Diesel is going to try it again, and Booba had no trouble in Air Force. Oh, Diesel seemed to have it the right setup, but just couldn't quite finish it. Oh no, he's got to play the Hammer Bro now, and
he's on his last life.
I know, and if he dies, that's going to be fatal.
Thankfully, that item's a P-Wing. He's probably going to have to use it here at 7F2. Oh, he's going to go in small.
I'm a little surprised. I'm also surprised, and this goes for ibuba as well. That Mushroom House was there. I'm surprised they didn't take it.
I know top-level runners are a little adverse when it comes to taking toad houses in Bracket Flags, but the security that comes with this, especially after the drawing start here, you might as well just sacrifice a little time taking an item.
Yeah, take the 12 seconds, and oh, Diesel does get game overed, and that fortunately he has opted to forfeit game 1, so Ibuba will have to finish, though.
Alright, World 4, third world here. Fort here on Star Island, it is 8 Fortress.
It's best fort ever.
Indeed. Gonna go through the maze here a little bit, the door maze.
Ibuba is going to try to go for a 1 cycle here. It's somewhat dependent on enemy draws. It looks like he's got a good draw, so he shouldn't have any trouble with the 1 cycle.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Takes the damage hit there on the runway and easily makes the door cycle. He will do the boom boom fight on hits, but nice clean clear there.
Yeah, that's the only problem is you can't do it. It's really hard to do it damageless. Okay, that's 1 bridge built. Fortunately, it's not the one he needs. We got 2 more forts.
This version of the randomizer does have fort shuffle enabled, so the forts will appear throughout the 8 worlds. However, the amounts are not always what you get in the vanilla game.
What this one turns out to be, it's 2 forts.
Ibuba really hoping this one builds the bridge and doesn't break the lock.
Yeah, and it's basically a free... Ooh, say it's a free pass after that. Fortunately, no power-up, just a 1-up, although after the start he had, I don't think he's averse to an extra life or 2. Also made the hotfoot properties a bit randomized, so you get random moving ones like that.
Another sound boom boom kill, and we'll see what happens on the map.
Fortunately, he's going to have to go for the triple.
Our third one for Fortress 2.
Barrels through 4F2. Stage where if you can get early P speed, you're usually in pretty good shape. So he will have to take on 1 hammer bro here. Twisted around there, does pick up a hammer. We still have worlds 2 and 6. While hammers don't break locks, they still break blocks, and can be quite valuable in those worlds, and worlds 3 and 4 as well, depending on how the map plays out. You can use hammers to great success in those worlds.
Yeah, map knowledge is very, very useful here in the game, even if the route deviates from vanilla. Knowing which rocks to break, and if the situation presents itself, which locks to pop, really, really helps, makes the routing seamless in the speed gun.
So, Booba is done with World 4 at 16-16. So we...
Here in the randomizer, the first 7 worlds are shuffled. World 8 will be last, because of course you need to defeat Bowser. World 2 here is next. When there is one auto-scroller, usually the other one is close or nearby. In this one case, it's 5, 9. Booba gonna opt for a cloud here, and of course gonna use the P-Wing just to try to mitigate here and make sure he clears this level, which is 3A. No boss bass here today, though we do get the swimming cheap. Works on about the same spawn timer. It can be a lot more annoying with his random spawn pop-ups. Booba does get
he does have his tendencies. Cheap, there he is. Ibuba is not going to take the sand pits of shame. He's going to go for it here on 8-2. Use those P-speed strats from Hundo and Warpless.
And even with the changing enemy spawns, taking the speedrunning route here with the power run across 8-2 is a fun experience, and you can usually make it with a hit with at least one or the 2 hit protects there.
So this is a perfect time to use that hammer, and so he does. It goes runs right into 2 fire bros. Oof.
Just slightly early on the jump there.
Better draw, and have to still deal with them.
Yeah, once he saw the map there and saw that it was a vanilla 1 fort 2, it's an easy decision to use that hammer.
Fortunately, I would, we're going back. Okay, he gets a free life here. So he gets a free shot here, and it's one of the 3 hand stages. And look at that, double fire, bro.
4 in a row.
Almost got caught there. The item is a vanilla leaf.
Yeah, you see the hand prize is the same throughout the 3 hand stages. It is randomized. In this case, we get the vanilla leaf.
Picks up a star, so we've got a good pattern there.
Yeah, with Hammer Bros, fights are actually tile dependent. They pretty much, if you see a couple fights on certain tiles, you know what they're going to show up. They can change the entire complexity of the fight, but not usually.
1-hit kill on Morton at 1954.
Yeah, I mean, right around 20 minutes for the half here. Not bad given the start that Booba had.
World 5 tilted him. He's still got 1, 6, and 7 to play. 6 and 7, who knows? If the pipes go where they go.
And World 1 is really just dependent on the fortress count.
Yeah. We got a 10 already, and we got a pipe up front, so that's... So the pipes are not going to be of much help here. So this is going to be we're going to do this the long way.
As stage choice goes down to the 10 card, finds 6-1.
Yep. Pretty, with a boss bass. A late appearing boss bass, but,
Usually Boss Bass is one of the first spawns. Not always does he have to be the first spawn in a stage, but usually first, second, or third you're going to find the Boss Bass.
He's usually a late charger. 6-1 is one of those stages where he appears later than you'd expect. There's a hammer. He can use it to skip a stage here, but it depends on the tile.
If the layout of these pipes, it might actually be worthwhile.
Yeah, and 1 and 7 you can't use hammers anyways, so you might as well get your money's worth out of it.
Find our next lost level, it's 7-6 beta. The Break Room. 1 power up, no enemies. Nice upward swimming level.
Waterfall is the name we've given it in the community. Ibuba continuing to work at a fairly steady pace. Let's see what we got. Okay, so he can afford to skip this.
This is really the last opportunity to use the hammer.
Yeah, because World 1 and 7 will not allot him the opportunity. 1-5, a pretty easy stage. A nice diagonal drop there. Arm himself with a. So this is there's no real penalty for going for the item here because we already know it can't be anything. We know it can't impede his progress, so this is an easy play to go for the item.
Yeah, we've already seen the front of World 6. The back of World 6 not really going to matter because it's a stage choice anyway.
Yeah, unless it's blocking. Okay, it doesn't even matter. Well, actually, it does. If this is a bad level, which it is not, it's just the pyramid. If it were a bad level, say it were 6-6, it's like, you might be having a little bit of buyer's remorse there. But it was not so.
Also, did see the second 10 cards. This is going to be a 2-4 World 6.
It is entirely possible that other lock or bridge is protecting the end. I don't think we saw anything in the first two areas.
I don't believe so either. I mean, I could be wrong, but
pretty sure. So
yeah, bridge.
Bridge is out, so he will have to play the fort, but that's really of no consequence.
6 Fortress 1 here at the bridge spot. Bad timing on the rotodiscs. Unfortunately, takes a hit there, but it's not really going to matter because there are 3 power-up opportunities here on the second screen.
Though you rarely see anybody go for the first, unless it's like starting right out as the first level you play, you might go for it then, but other than that, so ibuba takes care of business.
Here at the World 4 airship.
Perfect opportunity for a really easy fire kill on Lemmy because he'll be at a lowered position, so there should be an easy 10 fireballs on him.
Very, very nice execution on that. Taking his wand and coming on down here, going into the 6th world in order. It's going to be either World 1 or World 7. Like a lot of other things, the postcard items are also randomized. We're going to get World 1 here. Lock in the way, he's going to have to go up and around. Finds 2-1, again with the giant world enemy set. Gets caught by the hitbox there.
The one thing to note, and I actually didn't realize this, I think, until Fred, the creator of the randomizer, mentioned is if you get giant enemies, you can guarantee there will be no boss bass or angry sun, because that screws up with the dimensions.
Yeah, there are certain enemies that will not play very well with other enemy types. In the case of giant enemies and boss bass, and even angry suns too.
Mm-hmm. Super tanks, a pretty easy stage to get peace speed on if you play your cards right.
The World 8 quote-unquote fortresses are also included in the fortress pool, so you do get to see them, usually outside of World 8.
Seen all of the World 8 forts so far, except for Navy. Air Force and A Fort, of course, have already appeared. So there goes the lock, so he gets to skip 1-2 and go right down to 1-3, which is the 1-5 beta in 1-5 location.
That would be partially a Fred?
Partially, Fred is what we call a vanilla level in its place. So, you know, that we think that kind of qualifies in this case. Close enough. For 1 now, normally with giant enemies, but not this time.
Yeah, they do show up here in the middle. Has one more hammer road to take care of, and then we can get on to the airship.
So it reaches out for the star and picks up a star. Doesn't have any items he really wants to use, so he's just gonna have to grin and bear it here and play on through.
Yeah, the World 2 airship is not very threatening.
Regular Iggy. Right, and a vanilla Iggy in terms of damage, and puts a 2942 wand grab for Ibuba, so looking at about a low 40 at this point. Depends how bad World 7 decides to be, because that'll be our last world before World 8.
Yeah, 7 really is a wild card in Rando. It could be very simple routing. It could make you go pretty much through every island to get to where you need to go.
Yeah. And we got a leaf, so we got a pipe blocking already, and it's blocking 2 pipes to be precise. So it's a decent bet that a fort's going to have to be beaten. And there's a fort right there, and Ibuba is going to play it right now.
6 Fortress 3, the carpet fort here.
Can't see what got broke there. Ibuba is gonna play the Piranha stage. We'll have a randomized item for him.
Nice thing about the Piranha stages, if you bring a star into them, they will hold to the end of the stage.
Pretty much. So Ibuba is going to go forward, which I think is the better choice here. And okay, so now we know, and the other fort is on the island, so he's got to play 2 stages to get there.
He does realize what he's in for, and we find another lost level here.
This is kind of a 3972-esque beta. With the tail, he could have actually gone the top route and just gone straight to this pipe coming up here at the end, the one next to the nipper, and saved himself a little trouble.
Now into 2-3.
Stage that can be notoriously difficult with its enemy. Nice jump boost there by Ibuba.
That's a very nice opportunity of being aware of your surroundings. Playing the game casually, you do notice the block up there, the set of blocks. There's usually a P-switch up top there. Five Fortress 2, the fort needed to clear the world here. Takes a couple hits, but executes a very nice P-speed run through 5F2.
Be surprised if he takes a music box to the second piranha and just goes straight to the airship.
At this point, I would believe that he feels comfortable enough to finish the game.
No, he is going to play it. Well, he only has a hammer suit, a music box, and 2 stars, so he's probably hoping to get something out of this. He has been playing fairly naked, and gets a P-Wing, which will be useful because I believe our last airship is World 6. So it is, so he'll get a slightly quicker route through World 6's airship than he would have otherwise.
And the 6th airship fly over and into the Ludwig fight.
A normal Ludwig, but a tougher Ludwig than usual, and it's a 4-hit Ludwig, so we're going to go for the off-screen wand grab, and I think he got it.
It looks alright.
Might be a little low, but he got it, so he saved about 2.5 seconds. So now we come to World 8, aka the Great Equalizer. It's all the Bowser bucks. So this is an interesting draw. We've got 3 pipes, a lock, an 8-2, and well,
Immediate response. You're gonna have to play 8-2.
There's like a 10% chance of that actually happening, and lo and behold, it did. So now we get 5-3 underwater beta, which is structured similarly to 5-3, except the bottom half is underwater and it goes left as opposed to left-right, like 5-3. This is right-left, so it's an interesting little inversion. But the underwater enemy sets can be nasty.
Yeah, thankfully Booba did get a favorable enemy set there. It made for a nice bottom half.
So the good news for Ibuba is he's got a linear draw here. Now, okay, he's got a pipe there, so he'll take that. Gather intel on your map. That's actually not bad. There's another pipe. There's tanks or super tanks in the corner. The tank sprites are identical. You can't tell which is which. So another pipe. Alright. And there it is. We have 5F1, so this isn't actually a bad draw for Ibuba because he's got, if this doesn't work, he's got Air Force right behind him when he comes back.
Yeah, he did. I believe he just found Air Force. That was the only other fortress he found.
We don't, and we saw where Navy is, and it was in 5F1. So this is actually a pretty nice draw, I'd say. It might be It might be kind of like a reverse linearity, but you know, two forts are readily accessible right off the bat, and and there shouldn't really be any impediments to getting to the finish.
Yeah, if need be, the 8 fortress sprite is on the dark screen, so it shouldn't be too hard to find that one.
No, it's in one of 3 locations, so we'll find that out pretty soon. Picks up another orb off of Boom Boom, so that's 2 down, but he will definitely check now, because we have no visible intel as far as where... Oh for 2.
He does not know the current connection to the Navy sprite, so it's back to dark screen.
Right. So he will... Ibuba, I'm not sure why he did that. I think he just realized, he's like, nope.
Yeah, shakes his head. He knew as soon as he hit it that was not the right decision.
There's the lock. There's the hand. So... I think this is going to be a direct link, because this has to break the lock, and the fort, and a fort is behind it. So this is a 4. This looks like a 4-fort world. Maybe not exactly. This is going to be a 4-fort world 8 for Ibuba.
And it's the way he discovered things. He was going to have to play all 4 fortresses.
F2 is the gatekeeper.
Just a nice casual swing through here. Then he'll get to the last Boom Boom. We've been making the wind back here. Equips his hammer suit and into Bowser's castle. Nice bottom clip there.
Yeah, so let's see how he holds up here with through an everyman clip, so working on his jumps before that.
Gonna try for pod clip here up top. He's getting the speed, he's just not getting the hit. There they go.
So that should do it.
With the community finding 3 legal clip points here, it's always nice to take the one up top.
Yeah. So that will do it. Ibuba will take game 1 officially. finish with an official race time of 42 minutes, 3 seconds.
GG to ibuba. He will take game 1 and go up 1-0. This is a best 2 out of 3 set. The winner going on to the round of 8. I believe we're going to take a little bit of a break, and our racers will get their second seed, and we'll get set up and ready for it.
Yep, so and welcome back to the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer tournament in part of SpeedGaming Live 2020. And this is a round 2 matchup between the 7-seed ibuba7 and the 10-seed SDiezal. Game 2 of 3. And ibuba took game 1, a rather brutal game 1 between the two players. A very nasty start between the two. Really set them back at the outset, and SDiezal actually forfeited, unfortunately. But hopefully game 2 is a little kinder to our runners.
Yeah, it just really shows you sometimes the destructive power of this randomizer, unfortunately. Sometimes you get good starts, sometimes you get bad starts, and then you had this race, which was, oh boy.
Yeah. And thus far in the tournament, I've watched most of the races. We've not seen a seed where our runners have really been able to sort of cut loose and really do some serious damage. I think I've seen only a handful of like 1 or 2 seeds where the winning time was under 35 minutes. So the tourney brackets are generally a little longer than some of the other flag sets we've run, but lately it hasn't been a very giving seed. It hasn't been very giving as far as the seeds are concerned, where generosity comes into play.
Yeah, with flags like bracket flags, I really like flow in a seed. You can string together 3, 4, 5, even a world's worth of stages very cleanly, without deaths, without too many hits. Just nice. It gets you something settled in and get ready. Yeah, sometimes it allows you to play a little better, just getting that confidence build up.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a nice draw out of the first 3, 4 stages, as you say, you can kind of build that head of steam, and you get a couple of good items that can offset, some of the trouble spots. And unfortunately, they got hit really hard by an unpleasant 7-5 with fire nippers.
Yeah, and it's one of those instances where the enemy set was never going to help you at all, and you just had to really grin and bear it, which is why our players had to go to different stages just to find a power up to carry through, just in case the worst happened.
I'm still a little surprised that they didn't at least opt for the mushroom house, because it was readily available, and if you get, say, a leaf, that really is a major psychological boost, because you can sail through most of the really nasty parts of the stage. That fire nipper notwithstanding, that would have been the only real roadblock, I think, at that point.
Yeah, in a stage like that, if you're not going to have easy access to, say, enemies, they're going to help you clear the stage, or environmentals like the blocks. Really, just having the hit protection, just taking it, getting your damage boost, moving along, that really just gets you through.
Yeah, it was not for the faint of heart, and hopefully Game 2, by comparison, will treat our runners a little better. The winner of this match the winner of this best 2 out of 3 will take on the winner of Paradox. The 2 seed has already earned a second round bye, a first round bye. He will play the winner of Mitch Flower Power and Moo Mooney, and they are playing tomorrow, Tuesday night.
Yeah, we did have 19 players for the tournament this year, so we did have to have a situation where a couple of people had some first round buys, and we had a couple of quote unquote planned matches to top 16.
Yeah, it was a somewhat atypical setup as far as the brackets were concerned. And we've had some good matches so far in this tournament. As we get ready for the quarterfinals, also start on Tuesday, so there's going to be some really high octane matches coming up, and that should there could be some major upsets in the making here, I think.
Yeah, with this best 2 out of 3 format the whole way through, it's going to create some drama, and it might create a blown matchup or two here.
Right. And thing with like a best 2 out of 3 is, you can win one, but can you win twice? That's the trick. Like, your play has to be on point for multiple playthroughs, and it's easy, especially for a game like Mario 3, where a lot of it is predicated on momentum and energy, and getting everything to kind of go your way. But if you run into some problems, it can really throw your whole sort of center off and really make things difficult.
Yeah, a randomizer like this is a lead safe at any time. I mean, just certain circumstances can happen. You could take a couple of deaths here and there, a freak game over, and you may have reset, an entire race.
So our runners are just about ready to kick this off, and see what they can throw our way here for this game 2 out of 3. Leading now.
Just waiting on that command now.
Yep. All right, we have a go, and we've got ooh, this is an ugly setup. Double forts right off the bat, and then you got to play 3 more levels beyond that. So, not for the faint of heart. And that boo there in 4F2, which is our first stage, kind of being an interloper.
Yeah, Diesel got a favorable jump here, and Uba They had to wait around a little bit for it, but he did get around the boot.
See if 4F1 is right behind it. They do like pairing up world forts whenever possible. Nope.
6 Fortress 3 here. There might be a third fortress in this world. We'll find out here a little later.
See a 3-9 anywhere, then this will be a 3-fort world. Any worlds can have as many as 3 forts in a given world, except of course for World 8, that will always be 4 forts.
And they can have as few as 1.
Yeah. So a pretty already a better start for our runners than what they drew in game 1.
Just have to deal with a bit of a stage grind here. 6-7 next on the list.
Not an especially difficult stage. One of the longer stages, actually, just because there's a lot of vertical movement involved, and some pretty ugly enemy sets from time to time. Fire Snake. SDiezal has no trouble. Ibuba right behind him.
Yeah, you do get to see a lot of different strategies with stages that used to be auto-scrollers and they're unlocked here in the randomizer.
6-7 really not one of them, just because you really can't get any real forward momentum in a stage like that because of all the vertical movement, but it's still interesting to see it play out as a non-auto-scroller. Quicksand, with a vanilla Angry Sun, SDiezal loses his firepower.
Uba does get the full run, catches up a little bit on SDiezal here.
So SDiezal and Ibuba gets a hammer blow right in his face and picks up a P-wing.
SDiezal in 1-6.
A stage where the vanilla strats really don't pay off, because normally you'd try to go for P-speed strats here. That's not going to work here because you don't know what kind of enemy is going to be waiting where that Koopa Troopa normally is. Unless you have a raccoon tail, you're going to have to ride the conveyor belt.
This is a stage that loves to lean toward Fire Snake's Fire Chomps. It's really like a favorable enemy set for a stage like this.
That and 6-4 is another one like that, where it really just kind of lends itself to that kind of behavior. So SDiezal gets a star and takes care of the double giant bros, and okay, so
Uba finds the route here, 7-4 in his way.
7-4, another auto-scroller turned off. This is still one of the longer stages in the randomizer. It takes about 35 to 40 seconds. And while not especially difficult, there are spots like here where Ibuba just got through, the electric fence, and you get some bad enemy sets there sometimes.
Yeah, both coming into it and going out of it.
So it's going to take the star and make the final quarter of this stage pretty easy.
And both power-ups in this stage had stars, and SDiezal took advantage of it to try to mitigate not having fire. Uba finds our first airship. It's the World 1 airship.
As long as Wendy isn't too bouncy, this should be a fairly easy fire kill, and well, not even that, it's just a one-hit Wendy, so even better. So that, I would say, that is a world that looked a lot worse than it turned out being.
Yeah, we did have 2 fortresses, 3 stages to start, and thankfully the stage draw was favorable to our players. 5 minutes, it's going to be pretty good for a bracket seed start.
Yeah, two forts and 4 stages. That's, and an airship. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. So we got a pipe up top, we got a fort, and this is a guaranteed draw of a fort, and it's 3F2. So, that pipe, I wonder where it will take our runners.
Did see the red fort on the far right there.
Meaning there is going to be at least another potential fort. Now, where this other pipe ends up could inform their decision and whether or not it's required. If it is, then it depends on where the pipe takes them. If it isn't, they may have a decision to make, depending on how much they have to play.
Get another look at the map here. Not going to be able to foretell what's on the middle screen here, so I'm just going to take the pipe and look.
Okay, so ibuba is just going to play this through. He's not going to deal with the fort because it would require extra stages, and he doesn't have time for that, so he's just going to play this through, and he gets 1-1.
He's going to follow right behind him.
Odds are that red fort is probably 1-1.
Yeah, there's a very good possibility based on that map layout.
Based on the noise I just heard after he finished, I think we got a coin ship behind the boulder.
Yeah, coin ships do have a percentage chance to proc when you spawn the world in. You could also chain them off normally.
Hammer, for both of our runners off the hammer, bro. Ibuba is in a pyramid that's in a vanilla location, although it's not the same tile, but that's another kind of Fred, I think.
Shout outs to Fred indeed.
So, Ibuba, about a half a stage ahead of SDiezal right now as we head for the World 2 Airship, and that is a vanilla World 2, incidentally, but not the Airship. Darn.
We do get the World 7 Airship here.
Got to be careful, times that correctly. Ibuba putting on some P-speed strats here in the World 7 Airship.
With the auto scrollers unlocking the airships, this has been wonderful to see what this community has come up with P-speed strats in them.
824 for Booba, for 2 worlds.
SDiezal brought a P-wing into 7 airship. Gonna take the calculated and safer way here.
Which is not wrong. I mean, it is pretty fast to use a P-wing in this stage, and he's got a chance of grabbing the wand off stage. Fortunately, it was a little high there, and misses. So we are now in World 6, 857 for SDiezal, incidentally. So this is interesting. This could be very good for our runners.
Especially with a fortress here on the backside of this pipe. It is the Navy top.
We've got another fort readily accessible there, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But we're not quite readily accessible, but close enough. Okay, that didn't do anything. So now
Booba's going to go back here. It is 1 stage to the front fortress. It is 2 stages to the back fortress. We'll see how he wants to play this.
I think he's making the right choice here, going for the more accessible fort, especially now that we know that lock got broken, and he can do a bit of recon here and see if anything else, once he finishes this fort, if anything breaks or what have you. So I like this idea.
Yeah, might as well take the path of least resistance. You do have a screen to view if you want to take advantage of it. World 2 fort here.
SpeedGaming, SpeedGaming is gonna go for it here, and ooh, he finds 5-3. 5-3 is one of the longest stages in Randomizer. It takes about 40 to 45 seconds, and it can have some really ugly enemy draws. This doesn't look too bad. It's not uncommon to see fire nippers bouncing around here, and there's a boss bass.
Yes, because you take the top side of 5-3 right to left, the boss bass spawn is forced to the left side, so right before the downpipe, here comes the boss bass.
Pray you don't get him on the top.
And pray you don't spawn him down on bottom, which can happen.
Yeah, that has happened. He naturally spawns the bottom. Okay, Ibuba has guessed correctly, so SDiezal is in a world of hurt here.
Yeah, SDiezal does not know the trouble that he's going to be here in 2 stages.
So, Ice, lost stage. Pretty easy stage to get a P-speed strat on. SDiezal missed the jump there.
Yeah, I've been learning this one. This one's fun. Just getting the connections there at the last 2 blocks, the solid block, the no block. It is a fun run.
Yeah. There is a little bit of timing involved there, but it works very well. I got a feeling we're not in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore.
This incorrect fortress 4 Fort 1. Uba to World 5.
So got a oh boy. Returns.
It's back.
And with a cheap, that's not good.
Now, thankfully, with cheaps or boss passes, you have the luxury of spawn timing. He is going to delay here up top to get this cheap to spawn up top. As long as he doesn't lose the cheap, it's going to stay up on that top screen patrolling.
So he is going to go in this direction. He's going to go. Okay, so
I think that was trying to shake off the Paragoomba there.
Yeah, I honestly would have gone for the. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to try and skip a spot. He's going to break that block.
Oh, well, early there on the throw.
He took care of cheap, I suppose, but not exactly in the spot where he wanted to do that either.
You could have attempted for the top clip, but decided just to take the down route there.
Yeah.
Waits for the cheap again, goes down bottom. In race 1, we saw him do this bottom clip here at the end.
Yep. It took a couple of tries, but he was able to successfully pull it off. A little early on that one.
SDiezal has wound himself back to Fort. And with Buba taking these amount of tries, it is allowing SDiezal a way back in.
Still several stages behind at this point, and hopefully SDiezal doesn't get PTSD from seeing 7-5.
Do have the tan fort down here on the bottom of World 5. This will build the bridge.
From there, it's a pipe right to the sky section because there's no other pipes or the tower. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Doesn't even have to get his hands dirty with that hammer, bro. He just jumped right off stage.
The nice piece out hammer bro there from the World 4 arena.
Okay, so it's not Paradox Pipe. Unfortunately, Paradox Pipe will not help him here. It will take him anywhere closer, so I'll just take out the hammer bro here. Get his free item, and it's a cloud.
Which may or may not come into play immediately. 3 stages to end this World 5 map. And the 5-10 card, so this is just a 1 Fortress 5.
think it's a bad idea to actually use the it at the end of this world, honestly, because there's no exact guarantee you're ever going to be able to use these cards in certain worlds. Like 7, no guarantee. 4, probably not, depending, because it's a circular map. Really, 1 and 5 are 1 is pretty much the only guaranteed place where you can be sure to use the cloud without really any penalty.
Booba into 6-10 here.
Wand grab at 15:56 for SDiezal. Unfortunately, he's over 4 minutes behind ibuba at this point, and is really in a spot of trouble here. And it's going to increase.
And the unfortunate bad decision of the Fortress Choice and a 3-stage penalty that came from it.
Oh, I mean, even if the tables were turned, I think ibuba would still be in the lead at this point. Probably not by 4 minutes. SDiezal does have the raccoon tail, so this could potentially make this a quicker run through.
I'm gonna go for safety here with a shell guard.
I think that's just a good idea in general to have that.
I believe that's a sanity check as well. There's at least one Koopa shell up on that top side of the first screen.
Yes, by logic there has to be, just because as you saw in Game 1, with that enemy set, it's like, yeah, you have to have something to blow through the barrier. Because otherwise it's impossible to finish. $17.25 for ibuba. He had no trouble in World 7's Airship. See if he goes. Don't think SDiezal is as practiced with that clip as ibuba, so. But with this enemy set, he should be okay the rest of the way through.
Yeah, he's going to leave the cheap up top and then make the run down on the bottom side.
So, alright, so we've got 2 forts in World 1, and lo and behold, 7F1, aka Fort Knox, leads off. I think that's one of the few forts we did not see in Game 1.
No, it was not with its usual pairing of 7F2. Gets to the Fort Knox room pretty easy. He's going to pick up his Tanuki suit and make his way to the back section.
If you're armed with a raccoon tail or a P-wing for this stage going in, this saves about 20-25 seconds right off the bat. It just makes the level so quick. If you have to do this as small Mario for whatever reason, it takes over 1 minute to do this. No matter how quick you are.
Yeah, it's one of the best hidden surprises to come in with a flight method and then realize you're in 7F1.
It's also I'm one of them, but you know, I'm starting to count off the forts that I've seen and haven't seen, and you know, I'll kind of keep a tail in reserve if I can for that very reason. I don't know what ibuba's doing here.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the connection there, and he decided to just move forward, and he's going to play 2-1 for it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So he gets a free look at 2-1. I've done this myself, so I feel for him, but he's smiling. I think he just figured it out. What is he doing?
He didn't notice it. He is playing this extra fort. It is 6F2.
So, yeah, so he does a double damage boost to get to the spikes in 6F1. SDiezal's in 610. We'll get a orb kill on Boom Boom. Almost overshot his jump there.
The dangers of ice physics almost momented himself off.
P-wing this stage, and it's a hand stage, so not really necessary, but you know, make life a little easier for him.
Game 2's hand prize, a Tanuki suit.
A little surprised he switched all the way to Fire Mario for this, but okay.
Then you get that snipe here at the end of the coin ship.
That is nice, but I'm not sure I'd be burning inventory at this point, but whatever. Just gonna play this stage, and it's 5-6. I would have used a cloud here regardless of what it was. Just, you know, the one thing you don't want to do is leave clouds in your inventory going to World 8, because the percentage chance of World 8 paying off on your clouds is pretty low.
It is a low percentage play. It does happen from time to time. He might not even be thinking about the cloud either. Just do the stage and go.
It's a 21-26 for Diesel, so he's still 4 minutes behind. As we head to the World 5 airship.
Yeah, this time check when Diesel gets to the end of his World 5 will be a big indicator of the reality of the race, especially if Diesel realizes how the Ford shook out here.
Definitely help him a bit. It'll save him about 90 seconds, I'd say, give or take. Not enough for him to get out of this, but he might go for a 100-point fine here. He's got a P-Wing, I think. Like I said, you don't want to do this as small.
Yes, he does take his fine. He'll come back with the power-up.
Yeah.
Even taking this intentional, it's going to save him about 20, 25-ish seconds.
Well, it didn't, and he used the music box. He used the anchor. I think it's a music box.
Yeah, this might be another dip here. Now he's going to play it.
He has no power-ups, a usable power-up, so he's got to play this. So that's unfortunate for him. Okay, so we got the Eastern Island. There is one lock protecting the fort. It's at least a 2-fort world. Ibuba is...
Plenty of routing options here from Castle Island. Just trying to find one that will lead him to a fortress.
Well, there we go. It's a freebie, so it's 5F1 to lead off.
Excellent power run. Just delaying a little bit for those roadists to swing by, and then making calculated jumps.
Diesel unfortunately overshot his run and did it again.
Oh, I've been here before. Yeah, you know, this candle block setup does happen before, so sometimes you jump early. Sometimes you're just not thinking about it, you jump late.
So, Booba did not get anything out of that first fort to 5F1. So, we'll try again. Okay, so he's through, and it's super tanks.
So in reality, this was World 7 map just laid out very nicely. It was just a matter of fortress choice.
7-6 now.
Sometimes it is harder to find the jump spot, especially with the different falling mechanics that a tail gives you.
Sub-pixel perfect play with a tail. It's a little... There it is. Going to use a double here to skip 7-5 and the Piranha stage with the music box. We'll play the World 2 airship.
It's not like Booba saved his cloud for this one, but it was a very nice to set up the double there.
Diesel was starting 6F1 and then I think he just realized, oh, right.
Unfortunately, it took him playing 7-6 to do it.
Both made the same mistake. That's very interesting. Booba's out of World 7 at 25-14.
Diesel setting up a peace speed run to get the end of the Hammer Brothers hand stage.
World 4, a 1-fort World 4, because we have a 4-7 tile, so that means there's only 1 fort here, because it's usually only 6 numbers, and, well, play fort, which is Air Force, and ooh, Diesel lost the handle on his platform and takes a dip.
Yeah, the way this World 4 map shook out, it's not going to be a terrible map here. 1 fortress, 1 stage, airship.
Well, yeah, 1 stage after Air Force, yeah. So this is a pretty nice draw, and he's gonna get a free item from the Hammer Bro.
Hammer Bros can't cross pipes, so that one immediately to his left froze.
They can't cross pipes, they can't cross levels you've already finished. So
Booba 4-4 gets the first Lakitu jump.
putting those vanilla skills to good use there. Diesel is out at 27.03.
Unfortunately, with both players making the unfortunate mistake there in the World 1 map, Diesel didn't really gain any time out of it. World 6 airship, the last 7.
Iggy there, and ibuba is trying to go for the fire kill and successfully gets it. So very nicely done by ibuba. He gets the wand at 27.52.
Diesel gets presented with the same fortress choice. He's going to play it, 5F1.
And I honestly would be doing the same thing. It's there, it's available, and it's an easy overworld check to see if you did something or not. So we have a pipe, 2 pipes, a fort, and a hand stage. And you already passed the hand stage, and it's going to immediately play the fort, which is 3F1.
Easy run to door 6. Go ahead and go up the stairs and into the boom fight.
So, time to do some overworld checks. See what we can find out. Well, that's interesting. And that's another fort.
That happens to be the best fort in the world, the World 8 Fortress.
It is. And the added incentive of playing this is you get 2 free pipe checks right after this. Well, potentially, unless they run right next to each other, which is unlikely, but possible. ibuba going for the damageless 1 cycle gets it.
You love to see it. Diesel, oh no, gets tripped up by a Rocky Wrench in Super Tanks.
That's tough. I hate when that happens. So, okay, so ibuba's just gonna, I'm just gonna do this. Let's just do this.
Yeah, not knowing the route, the Bowser route, might as well just see a fort, do a fort.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I probably have 2 minds of that, because I can see both strategies, especially if one of those pipes directly takes you to Bowser. So, it's almost like reverse engineering it.
I'm of the mindset of find the route and then try to deduce the fortress after. But yeah, I mean, both strategies are very valid, very present, and the community just, you pick one, you pick the other. Sometimes you just play it by feel.
Yeah, I think that's how, by and large, the community does do it, is by feel. I don't think there's really a defined methodology that somebody really commits to. You know, I've seen runners do it both ways, for sure. Probably not really what he wanted to see, so, got 2 more checks here. Okay, there's the last, lock, I believe, so...
Yeah, 3 forts down, 1 obstruction left. Yeah, he knows that whatever's on the Bowser screen is free and clear. And a bridge behind him, but it doesn't really matter. The way the Bowser is clear, you're going to come in with fire.
And,
gets the ceiling clip on the start there.
ibuba, having a little trouble with Everyman clip, gets it on his 3rd attempt, and see how he does with the ceiling clip. 1st attempt.
Pog champ.
Five fireballs. Early pattern there from Bowser. ibuba's gonna have to reset his position.
Going for distance here. 35 fireballs like a vanilla.
There he goes. So get out the GGs for ibuba7. He finishes with a 2-game sweep over SDiezal and will finish with an official race time of 32:58.
GG and good set to ibuba7. Diesel's still here in World 7 on the World 4 map. I'm gonna take these Hammer Bro fights here. Take the same route as Booba did, finds 4-4. And he also gets the Lakitu jump.
Fortunately, back at the 2nd one.
Yeah, he did a little quick turn in the air there and kind of offset his position. Watch out, don't get sniped. Nice job.
No guarantee there.
Hammer plays nice into the World 6 Airship. Gonna bring a flight method just in case.
To get a bit of P speed and fly over the top of the mast, but Diesel not opting for that this time, but he will get his flight back. Unfortunately, there will be no commands in chat.
Hit Earthquake Iggy down, and Diesel will be on his way to World 8.
So about a 35 10 for Diesel, so
Our runners do have the option of playing it out or forfeiting. It's up to the player's personal preference. Diesel's gonna finish this one out, it looks like.
Yeah, that's certainly a good idea. You know, finish out on a high note. I think he'd want to finish after a rather unpleasant game one. And ooh, the hand is 7-8.
The Boo-Boo with the luxury of passing through Diesel, unfortunately going to take the fine here and try to go around.
Second time out, gets wins the coin flip, and we'll play 3F1.
Nice swag kill there in the movement.
And nicely done by Diesel.
Got to give the people what they want.
Oh yes, always. Diesel sees that pipe leads nowhere, so he's gonna nope out of there and continue on. So looks like, based on that, this is a fairly linear 8. Based on this leading to 8 fort, and then nice kind of stealth jumps there by Diesel getting to that opening room in 8 fort. That's right, Diesel kind of goes his own way in 8 fort. He tends to go a slightly different route than most runners. Takes a hit there from the Boo, and he's gonna miss out on a 1 cycle, unfortunately.
Yeah, just a few frames off there.
On the other hand, he should be set up pretty nicely for a star kill here on Boom Boom, so that's good.
And being small, you don't have to wait on the conveyor belt. Just get in there and get your bro. Diesel going to opt to inspect the route here. Both these pipes took to dark screen. We're pretty much next door neighbors the whole way.
Yeah.
Seven two. I believe this turned out to be the gatekeeper because of where the Bowser pipe was.
I think you're right.
Diesel gonna have to stop for the tunnel here because his iframe is wore out. Down to the last screen, goes for the damage boost, and we'll get around all that mess there into the Boom Boom fight.
We welcome our game 2 winner and overall winner, ibuba7 to the chat. GG. So Ibuba, that game one. That was something. Ibuba.
It sounds like he might be having some mic issues here.
Wow.
He's going to take top route here with his P-Wing.
So not a bad fireball draw, actually.
Fairly tame and no penalty laser there at the end. Gonna get the Duck Strats Bowser fight now.
takes a little longer than going for the fire or the hammer kill, but not too bad. It's about 40 seconds.
We do have the vanilla properties of our good buddy Bowser here. Top of his head is where the hitbox is. His whole bottom side there is not a hitbox.
And goes Bowser, and that will do it. SDiezal living on the edge here a little bit.
You gotta wait for the fanfare. Might as well have some fun with it.
So he finishes with an official race time of 41:26. So GG to SDiezal. Okay, so unfortunately, ibuba will not be able to join us for an interview, but we congratulate him nonetheless on a successful round 2 victory and moving on to the quarterfinals, where he will face the winner of Paradox versus Mitch Flower Power or Moo Mooney. That second round matchup will be determined on Tuesday. Have a great quarterfinals matchup, regardless of who it is, shortly thereafter. So, seed number 2, not nearly as brutal as seed number 1. I mean, even 7-5 was much kinder this time.
Yeah, we did get a rather tame second game out of this one. And Booba just, did what he needed to do, a nice flow, and got a very nice 33 out of it.
That first game was, a combination, I think, of ibuba just being a little out of sorts after doing vanilla and points vanilla for the last couple of weeks straight, and it just nerves and all of that, and getting a really ugly start to a seed, and that's going to throw anybody off, but it definitely tilted him a bit, but he recovered nicely and then had a very strong game 2, and SDiezal played very well in game 2 as well. His main downfall was really World 6. He went on a 50-50, and if that had paid off, I think he would have ended up in like the mid 30s, somewhere like 37, 38 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a randomizer like ours, a platform randomizer, one little pebble of a mistake can just start rolling downhill and become a big boulder. And that's unfortunately what happened to SDiezal there. One bad 50-50 just happened to spiral on down, and unfortunately was not recoverable.
Yeah, and he had a couple of other problems. 7F1 cost him some time. There were a few other things that kind of slowed him down here and there, and his execution wasn't quite on point with ibuba throughout, but he did keep it close early, and his other splits were fairly comparable. But yeah, it was World 3 that really, World 6, excuse me, that really kind of sunk him, unfortunately. But we thank him for his participation, and we'll see how ibuba does in the quarterfinals in the next couple of days. So thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting us as always, and thanks to Claris for joining me on the comms tonight.
Thank you for having me, Pro A, and good luck to ibuba in the future.
Okay, yes, so we'll see you all soon. Have a good night.
Have a good time, everybody.
Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah.